Hi, Victoria here from StrideForth, and I'd like to expand on a tool that I recently shared with you called Bite Size. Now, Bite Size is great for when you're dealing with a range of emotions and reactions to a multitude set of scenarios, whether those are in work or have to relate it to school or related to the home, relationships, dynamics, you want to pick up a new habit, you want to learn a new skill. Bite Size really enables you to reach those goals, those objectives that you're finding a bit difficult. However, sometimes when you embark on these projects or these deliverables or these goals or objectives, you discover they're actually even that bit bigger or even that little bit more complex or even more sensitive than you originally envisaged. And we're stumbling. We're stumbling even to stay on track with those bite-sized segments that we've put out in place. So this is where we introduce bite-size advanced version or bite-size level 2, and I call it the ninja nudge because it has to do with within the mind. You see, sometimes we need a mental stimulation to help us deliver a practical solution. So when I talk about language in the mind, I'm not talking about what you're speaking, I'm talking about what sits up in here. Now, we are motivated by two types of language. One is empowerment or positive language, and the other one is fear-based language or negative language. And our brain uses both to enable us to move forward on whatever the task is at hand. So to give you an example, let's say you're wanting to lose 10 kilos and you're stumbling, you're finding yourself going off track. Well, positive empowerment language would be, imagine how great you're going to look when that weight is off you. Look at that fantastic pair of jeans you saw in the shop the other day, or putting on that suit that's going to look so good on you when that weight is off. It comes to a client meeting or a big presentation that you're doing to the whole team. Imagine how great you're going to look when you're standing up there and you're delivering that speech without any notes. You're there with confidence, you're knowing all your knowledge, you're respected for the technical abilities you've got. Or let's say you're studying and you're homeschooling, and then the positive empowerment feeling would be, imagine how great it is when you do that test and you get an A star. Or you're mastering a new language. How great is it going to be when you go into a restaurant and you can order the food in its native language? Those are all empowered-based language tools or sentences. Fear-based is when we say, what's going to happen if you don't deliver this? Everything is going to fall down if we don't get this in. We're going to lose that client, or we're going to get a D in our exam if we don't get on and study. You're not going to get into that dress that you've seen on the window because you're not sticking to the diet. Sorry, I'm losing my voice here. You're not sticking to your diet or your fitness goals, or you want to clear out that attic, but if you don't get on with it, you will never be able to put other things in there and use that space for what you really want to use it for. That's fear-based. Understand that we have both sets of languages in our mind. So use both, because when you use both, that's where the power comes from. That's where that ninja nudge comes in and just kicks out the stumbling blocks that you're facing and the procrastination. So what you want to do is make a list of empowering phrases that resonate with you and fear-based phrases that resonate with you, and have them written up. The key, though, is to make sure that you have more empowerment phrases than fear-based phrases. And that's because fear can really generate stress if it's left unchecked. So fear has its place and it can be quite scary, but when you use fear in small chunks, in small moments, it will give you that extra edge you need to get over that finishing line, to nail the last 2-3 hours to deliver that project, that last bit of revision, the last 2 kilos that you're trying to take off, whatever it is, master that last level of words and phrases to really nail and become a native. Whatever it is, have a bit of fear-based language, but make sure that your empowerment language outweighs the fear-based, and have a list and have it next to you. So every time you're tackling your bite-sized projects, you've got those ninja nudges to make sure you stay on track even more. I'd love to hear how you get on. Please let me know.